Hey, man, check it out, man. Look, today I'm gonna be reacting to Savages from the Six. Sizzlac, huh? Bro, I do not know how to say this nigga name. I'm gonna learn how to say this nigga name once they say this shit in the video. But man, look, my last reaction, I did Savages from the Six on this nigga Flipper, bro, and this nigga was a straight black Air Force energy, demon timing. This nigga was on all type of fuckery, all type of BS. That nigga was on straight BS timing, my nigga. He was on all the fuckery, bro. He was with every fucking thing. Niggas was killing niggas. Niggas was robbing banks. Bro, that nigga was on go, bro. That nigga was straight. That's why I named it Black Air Force Energy, bro. That's why I named it. He's a Black Air Force, because that nigga's true definition of a Black Air Force. It seems like these niggas from the Six are demons, you know what I'm saying? These niggas from the Six, they straight demons out there in the Six, bro. Sound like the Six is one of the most, is probably not one of the most, the most dangerous places in Toronto. But before, man, before I even click on this video, man, make sure you follow me on Instagram, man. Get them followers up, man. If you want to see when I'm going to post, or if you didn't see when I posted, those videos going to be on my Instagram, and my Instagram will be in the description down below, man. Let's get into it, bro.
Me and fucking niggas don't mix. They calling my name. They calling my name. They know I'm a problem. I'm going insane. I'm loading the gauge. I might run upon you and give you the business. You know that ain't finished. My niggas finesse. We up in the wrecks. You know that we drilling. Get hit with the mop. They mop on the floor.
This is 29-year-old Mustafa Omar.
Look at this nigga. This nigga look like a demon. Just look at his face. Look at the way he see. Y'all see how he doing his teeth? Y'all see that? If a nigga doing that shit, that nigga ain't backing down from no conflict. I'm sorry, bro. If a nigga take a picture like that, you can see the demon shit in his mouth. You can, that nigga going, he just, he one of them niggas, bro. This nigga crazy. Stay the fuck away from a nigga to take a picture like that. If a nigga take a picture like those, that nigga is with whatever type of fuckery, all the bullshit, fuckery, everything. That nigga's with it. I can already tell this nigga's on straight bullshit demon timing.
Better known as Sizzlac or LB. He's a Toronto rapper, reigning from the Jamestown, Rexdale area, and a member of the gang IDS, which stands for In the Streets. Sizzlac was fairly new to the rap game, but despite only
who all in that name, y'all, give me some rappers in that shit. I might react to them niggas. Name some of the rappers in his gang in the streets.
Releasing a couple tracks, he still managed to build up a head of steam with his singles What You Know About Me, Where You At, Chirac, and most notably Realest in the Six, receiving over 1 million views on YouTube. He also
for real, why this nigga name this shit Chirac? Is he like trying to say his town is like Chirac, or like is he, you know what I'm saying, did he go over to Chirac or what? What's up with that? Why is he naming his shit Chirac? I'm trying to know.
Also featured on a track called IDS with fellow members Moolah First, Young Dubs, and Pyrex. Sizzlac had some potential, but with only a few songs put out, it looks like he put more energy into his gang and into the streets rather than his music. This would eventually lead to him not only getting caught up in gang politics and the law, and have some of his actions catch up to him. So today, on Savages from the Six, we'll take a look at Jamestown's Sizzlac.
So is the Six like different hoods? Like is the Six like one hood? Because last time the Six, they said he was the what that nigga name? Skipper. No, Flipper was apart from some other hood, but he still repped the Six. So is the Six combined with like different hoods or what? Cause they saying he from Jamestown, and that other nigga Flipper was from somewhere else. Let me know. God damn, this nigga mowing. But let me know if the Six is one big hood of different, like, you know what I'm saying, like different different other little small hoods. That's how the six made up of.
Sizzlac is from a housing complex located on Jamestown Crescent, which is one of the many hoods spread throughout Rexdale, a region in the city that sadly has been plagued by gangs, drugs, homicides, and everything in between. Now what sets Jamestown apart from the other hoods is that most Crip gangs within Rexdale first originated in this complex, before branching out into different splinters. The gang that originally existed was called the Jamestown Crew, before IDS came to be. Sizzlac wasn't just a member of IDS, he was actually the founder of the gang. It was created sometime in the early 2010s, and shares an alliance with the majority of the other Rexdale Crip gangs. But it was a proven bumpy journey for Sizzlac to get to the point of being able to start a gang. Sizzlac was born in Canada, but his background is from Somalia. His parents were part of the influx of migrants from the Caribbean and East Africa.
I heard about that. A lot of y'all Canadian people came from Somalia. A lot of y'all migrated over from Somalia to Canada. That's why a lot of Canadians is Somalian. I heard about that shit.
Started in the 1960s onwards to the 90s. At the time, people claimed there was tension in Rexdale between Somalians and Jamaicans. Jamaicans migrated to the country and populated Jamestown first, with Somalians following, which sparked problems, as young Jamaican men wanted to control the area under their own terms, and there was also just a clash of culture. It's said that Sizzlac was some sort of revolutionary, starting a movement to bring more power to Somalians in not only Jamestown, but all of Rexdale. Nowadays, you can see that the two groups seem more unified, and gangs consist of both nationalities. This is one of the reasons why Sizzlac was well respected amongst other young men, especially within the Somalian community, and some even labeled him as quote-unquote the most feared Somali in Toronto. Sizzlac and his gang would quickly make themselves known and begin leaving their mark on the city. IDS is the main factor for the high crime rate that Jamestown has seen over the years. Amongst other enemies, one of their biggest foes are the Driftwood Crips, with several...
I did a video on these niggas, the Driftwood niggas, man. Yeah, I did Driftwood versus some other hood. This probably was the goddamn hood they did. I think Driftwood beef with some other niggas. Let me know who Driftwood beef with, cause I did a video on Driftwood niggas versus some other niggas. I'm not too sure. I forgot. I can't just think about the name right now, but they were beefing with some other niggas. They weren't beefing with these niggas right here. They were beefing with some other gang. So I think they got multiple beefs. They probably got multiple beefs with
shootings and homicides on both sides being linked to this beef. One of the many incidents happened in April of 2015. It's alleged IDS members were responsible for a mass shooting that happened on Driftwood Avenue. It's alleged 4 members drove down the street and opened fire from their vehicle, aiming at a crowd that was standing outside of some townhomes. A hail of gunfire hit 5 people, but luckily no one was killed. Police ended up tracking down the 4 alleged IDS members, and they all shared 100 charges, a couple being attempted murder and possession of a firearm with a tampered serial number. It's believed the shooting was gang-related and part of the Jamestown vs. Driftwood beef. One of the suspects convicted in the incident was 32-year-old Clifton Vassell, the same man charged with first-degree murder after shooting and killing 47-year-old Andrew Siraj over a gold chain a year earlier, in October of 2014. Clifton was trying to rob Andrew's friend of his chain outside of a club, but Andrew kept intervening.
Oh yeah. It don't matter what the size of the chain. It's all about respect. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to your chain is your power. Your chain is your respect. You know what I'm saying? Your chain, when you rock a chain, that is your respect. You let a nigga take it, you lose your respect. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, bro.
Clifton allegedly ran back to his car, got his gun, came back and shot Andrew once in his chest, killing him. Clifton was already in jail for the mass shooting on Driftwood when he was charged with this murder, and he can be seen in Sizzlak's music video for What You Know About Me. IDS is a ruthless gang, but some members have found themselves on the other end of the gun as well. A popular rapper and fellow member Young Dubs, who Sizzlak had a track with, was shot and killed on a Brampton driveway in May of 2017, the killing seemingly also being tied to a gang feud. Despite which IDS members ended up passing away or being arrested, this group has continuously wreaked havoc around the city, with Rexdale being their stomping grounds. Now before I get more into Sizzlak's past, first we can talk about some of the rumors. Now it can't be confirmed, but it's alleged that he had 5+ bodies. Someone even said he had 6. One user wrote that he killed a few yardies in the past, referring to Jamaicans.
That boy has 5+ bodies, bro. I know niggas, but that ain't that bad, bro. Cause I know certain niggas over here in the state got like 20+ bodies. Them niggas be racking up the bodies.
Since there was some sort of Somalian revolution going on at the time in Jamestown, and some tension between the two nationalities.
Y'all fans be knowing that shit though. Like, how the fuck y'all fan niggas be? Like, y'all niggas be straight detectives. I don't know how the fuck y'all niggas be knowing this shit. How y'all niggas be knowing how many fucking body? Like, bro, y'all be doing y'all research on these goddamn shit. Cause how the fuck can you calculate on how many bodies this nigga got? Like, how? How do you know? Y'all niggas good with the shit. Like, I don't know how y'all niggas be doing this shit, but y'all niggas need to be detectives. Goddamn, yeah, that's what y'all niggas need to be. Y'all need to be some goddamn detectives, cause y'all be, oh yeah, y'all like on the King Von situation. Oh, King Von got 8 bodies. He got 8 bodies. Yes, he got 8 bodies. He killed 8 niggas. Like, goddamn, y'all be finding that shit out quick.
It's not far-fetched to think that things would get bloody at some point. As to whether Sizzlak himself got his hands dirty in the clash, well, only people that are close to him or with some real insider info could tell you. What we do know is that Sizzlak called himself the Molly with the bodies, and this is the kind of reputation and street credit that you need to launch a gang and have people follow behind you. Someone also said he used to be a plug in Rexdale, and considering a post he made on his Instagram of a shoebox filled with bundles of cash, well, he definitely had some sort of lucrative business. Well, to summarize, my research showed me that Sizzlak had a hell of a reputation. With that being said, now let's get into his documented history. His first major run-in with police happened in the early hours of June 6, 2009 in Brampton. Sizzlak was at a crowded house party going on at 8678 Chinguacauzi Road with some of his friends. This gathering of over 100 people was happening at a residence which was reported to have had its fair share of noisy parties. At some point in time, a dispute began between Sizzlak's group and another, which eventually led to close-quarter gunfire inside the home. People scrambled for cover and fled the party, trying to escape the shooting. Police and emergency crews quickly swarmed the scene, after being alerted that shots were fired in the area. The aftermath, 8 people ended up being shot, 2 of which died. 29-year-old Garth Palmer and 40-year-old Terrence Elliott were both...
The fuck? What kind of party is this? 40-year-old and... What the fuck? Yo, nigga, you 40, you need to be at the house taking care of the kids, my boy. What the fuck is you doing at a party, my guy? You 40. What the fuck? What kind of party is this? Look at the age difference, like 29, 40, like, god damn. Y'all niggas still at the parties? Y'all need to be at the house, take care of the goddamn kids. Goddamn taking kids to goddamn Chuck E. Cheese. Goddamn taking kids to Six Flags, all that shit. You don't need to be at no goddamn party. What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? You 40 years old, still talking about going to a damn house party, bruh? Bruh. Take care of your kids, my guy. You wouldn't have died if you you could have been at the house with the wife and the kids doing it, you know what I'm saying? You 40, my guy. What is you doing? That's tough.
Both shot multiple times and pronounced dead on the scene. Police didn't have suspects at first, but it was such a massive function with tons of witnesses, so the investigation moved quickly and a name came up. Within a few short weeks, they were able to catch the first of what would be 2 suspects in the shooting. On June 30th, 2009, police had tracked down Mustafa Omar, Sizzlak, to his home, and he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. Now this is where we come across another rumor that was floating around. This one being that he snitched on his friend. I guess this is a theory, because at first, the police were only looking for 1 suspect. But once Sizzlak was arrested, then they announced that they were looking for another suspect. A YouTube commenter even claims to have seen paperwork, but I couldn't find this paperwork online.
Y'all niggas will say anything to goddamn comment. Y'all be talking about paperwork. Like, how y'all niggas be knowing? Like, once again, like, how y'all know that shit? How the fuck do you know this nigga snitched, bruh? Like what? How did you even if you did have that paperwork, how the fuck do you obtain that type of paperwork? What the fuck do you get? Where the fuck do you even get paperwork like that from? Like, what the fuck? How do you find a nigga's paperwork?
Or any mention of it. It seems like it's just loose gossip without much context, but I still thought I'd quickly address it. I doubt Sizzlac would be able to organize a gang or have the rep that he had if people even had the slightest suspicion that he snitched. But anyways, the police searched for the second suspect, and a few months later, they ended up being successful. On Friday, October 23rd, 2009, the suspect...
If y'all don't know, October the 23rd is my birthday. That's gonna have to get that shit out there, my boy. October the 23rd, my birthday, baby.
Suspect was located and arrested. 21-year-old Justin Bellinger was charged alongside Sizzlac.
Damn, my boy, you got arrested on my birthday, bro. You bringing bad luck to me, bitch. How you gonna do something on my goddamn birthday, bitch? I just realized this shit. Like, y'all niggas really doing shit on my birthday, bro. Y'all really fucking up. You know what I'm saying? They bringing that energy all the way over here. I probably had you know what I'm saying? Some shit probably happened to me on my birthday because of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't be fucking my shit up. Bringing this badass energy in the world on my birthday. Any other day, y'all can fuck up, kill niggas, shoot niggas, blow niggas up, all that. Any other day except for October the 23rd. Do not kill nobody on October 23rd. Please. Please, sir. Do not bring that type of energy on my birthday. Please, please, please. Calm it down. Make sure on my birthday, just make sure you calm down on that day. Any other day, you can do whatever the fuck you want to. Just on October the 23rd, just, you know what I'm saying, tone it down. Stay quiet, you know what I'm saying? Stay low key. Everybody just trying to have a nice day. I'm trying to have a nice birthday. I just want everything to be okay. I don't want no bad energy in the universe on that day. No, absolutely no bad energy on that day. Please, please.
With 2 counts of second-degree murder. Both were formally charged at a court arraignment on the same Friday before being remanded back into custody. Sizzlac and his accomplice would then spend a couple years in jail while they awaited their preliminary hearing. Unbeknownst to them, the police didn't really have a clear picture of what happened at the party. The house was used as an after-hours club and was apparently occupied every weekend, with neighbors calling it a quote-unquote party house. They even had a security guard that frisked people for weapons on entry. The same security guard claims that the guns the suspects used in the murder were elaborately snuck in through a back window of the house. There wasn't any information given about what caused the dispute or if the killings were tied to gangs. Well, it turns out that there wasn't much information about anything at all. Whatever evidence the police had against Sizzlac, it proved to be insufficient because he never ended up going to trial or being indicted for the 2 murder charges. One of them was discharged by a judge in September 2010, and the other one was withdrawn by the Crown in October of 2011. Although Sizzlac did plead guilty to an aggravated assault charge in relation to the same incident and was sentenced to serve 6 months in jail. Adding in the time spent awaiting trial, in total, Sizzlac ended up spending around 2.5 years behind bars. But miraculously, in the end, he walked free of both murders.
Damn, he on some King Von shit. Same shit happened to King Von, bruh. Like, King Von, like, that nigga got off, like, he had a murder case and did, like, I think he did, like, 3 years. He got his ass off the same way, bro. Like, these niggas be getting out, like, I don't know how y'all niggas be doing that shit. I guess y'all niggas got, like, y'all got really tough ass lawyers. Cause, gee.
Couldn't find out if the co-accused, Justin Bellinger's charges were dropped too, but they likely were, because he was a free man a few years down the road, around October of 2016, when he was arrested in an undercover fentanyl drug bust. Since Sizzlac got out virtually unscathed, it's possible Justin's case had the same outcome. Regrettably, he found himself locked up again anyways. As for Sizzlac, beating the case only boosted his recognition in the city. It also seemed to boost his ego, because he gloats about the outcome of his case, with lyrics in his song, What You Know About Me, rapping about how Gucci Mane only caught 1 body, but he beat a case for 2. Damn. Sizzlac wasn't charged for the 2 murders.
That boy a little too cocky, my boy. Don't get too cocky, cause that motherfuckers will take your ass down, boy, my boy. Do not be getting too goddamn cocky, my boy. Cause them motherfuckers will try to take you down, goddammit.
Technically he was innocent of the crime, but word of mouth seemed to say otherwise, and this hearsay only solidified his existing reputation in Rexdale. About a year later in 2010, he decided to create IDS. So fast forward a bit to 2012 now. It's been a few years since IDS was founded, and they've become an established gang. This is the year Sizzlac made his introduction to YouTube, hopping on the track IDS. He and other members of the gang musically started picking up traction. 2 years later, in 2014, he would release his single What You Know About Me, and do solid numbers. He remained silent for 2 years, before he would release his song with the most notoriety, Realest in the Six, which brings us to our next event in the timeline. On top of the general idea of the song, which is basically claiming he's the realest in the six amongst all others, there's more to it. Now this song turned out to be a diss track, aimed at a couple rival gangs. All throughout the video, members can be seen constantly pointing 3 fingers down, a clear diss to 3L, also known as the Driftwood Crips. Sizzlac even goes as far as making the clerk of a store do the gesture too. There are also a few more subtle shots in the video, such as Sizzlac constantly lighting up a cigarette, referring to smoking a pack or smoking an enemy. This is obviously a shot at not only 3L, but any fallen rivals of IDS. These mentioned disses aren't the only ones that seem to exist in this video. In the beginning clips, Sizzlac enters a Chinese restaurant named New Ho King, located in the Spadina and College area. Underneath the surface, this restaurant may have some sort of connection with a Parkdale gang known as HOK, or Heart of a King gang. It's possible that Sizzlac simply being there was a jab at the gang. By Sizzlac smoking in the restaurant, as well as in the alleyway located behind it, he illustrates that he may not only be linked to a fallen HOK member, but that he's also pretty relaxed and comfortable on their turf. New Ho King is the same scene where a few HOK members, including their leader, shot and killed 2 innocent men for apparently no reason in January 2016. It was honestly a brutal killing, and I cover this story in another video if you're interested. And the restaurant's also the scene of a shooting that happened in 2014, but no one was injured. Sizzlac lounging around New Ho King doesn't seem like the only hint he was trying to diss HOK. Sizzlac can also be seen rapping in front of a gray building, which is coincidentally the same spot another Toronto rapper, Easy Ano, filmed a clip for his music video over 3 years prior, and both shots are framed in a similar way. Easy Ano is an avid member of HOK, who doesn't shy away from the fact he can be seen wearing all types of Heart of the King clothing in a variety of his music videos. This building may have been somewhere on HOK's home turf in Parkdale, or in some way related to the gang, because it doesn't seem like Sizzlac put in these similar clips by accident. The link between the restaurant New Ho King and the gang HOK are unclear, as well as the story behind their beef with IDS, but there does seem to be some animosity present between them. Easy Ano and HOK will come up again later in the story. For now, we come back to Sizzlac and the Realest in the Six. So he released it, and this methodically filmed diss track picked up quickly and started buzzing around the city. Not only did your average listener tune in, but also the rivals of Sizzlac, and the people who he intended to address in the song. There's no doubt Sizzlac had some previous beefs connected to IDS, but this song definitely expedited the process of foes trying to take him out. Realest in the Six was on fire, with views steadily climbing, but it wouldn't be long before the heat caught up to him. We now enter the final chapter of the story. It's the spring of 2016. On the morning of April 23rd, police responded to a reported shots fired at 7475 Goreway Drive, a housing complex in the Malton area, not too far from Rexdale. When they arrived, they found 4 victims suffering gunshots. They were all rushed to the hospital, but sad to say, 1 man was pronounced dead. The man who died was Sizzlac. It's reported that
Damn, bruh. Bro, he savaged his way to his death, man. That nigga was bragging about how he got out of the case. All that shit. All that karma and dark energy got to his ass, and they got him, bruh. Killed him. The karma got to him, man. Damn, bro. RP to Sizzlac, bro. RP to that nigga, bro. Tough.
that he was shot multiple times. Neighbors claim they heard gunshots from outside, so the incident didn't take place inside the party. This information seems to coincide with a comment that someone made online, claiming that Sizzlac was ambushed as he left the party, the killers taking advantage of the fact that he was likely under the influence that night. As far as what happened, there really isn't any details on the news reports covering the shooting, giving off the impression that the police didn't really have any leads as to who committed the murder. But obviously with Sizzlak's past, the book was wide open as far as who did it. There is some speculation going around that it was Easy Ano, the same rapper that I mentioned earlier. This loose theory is basically due to the fact that he is part of HOK, and it seemed that he was specifically dissed. Easy Ano hasn't been charged, so this is just still a rumor that's floating around in the air. Related to that matter, to this day, no one has ever been charged with Sizzlak's murder, so it remains open to speculation. If it wasn't Easy Ano or HOK responsible for Sizzlak's killing, then it could have been any number of other IDS rivals. Either way, Realest and the Six definitely pissed some people off, to the point where they wanted Sizzlak dead as soon as possible. The news of his death spread quickly, and a variety of different stations covered it. Some people were surprised, but at the same time, some people weren't. People who knew Sizzlak could quickly link his blatant diss track to his death, and it didn't seem like a coincidence, but probably retaliation. His murder appears to be another victim of an ongoing gang war, and his death contributes to the continuing cycle. Even after Sizzlak passed away, an event that may be linked to him occurred in May of 2020. Rising Toronto artist Houdini was shot and killed in a brazen daylight shooting in the downtown area. Houdini was from...
They say this nigga Houdini was like the top dog out of Toronto for real. Like this nigga was like blowing, like he was gonna be like he was gonna come over here to the States and rise to the top. They say he was like this nigga was really like that. Like he was like he was gonna be like the next Drake coming out of Toronto. The way they were talking, like this nigga Houdini was gonna be that nigga. But RIP to Houdini too, man.
Driftwood and part of Was Gang / 3L, and arguably the fastest rising artist from the set, which made him a prime target for 3L's long list of enemies. A year earlier, in February of 2019, Houdini featured on a track with YG called Auntie, which contained a few shots at IDS. YG had a bar saying, "I got a Dubs in my backy," referring to young Dubs who was killed, and Houdini's Louis V belt can be seen upside down, some claiming it's disrespect to LV, which was the name that Sizzlak used to go by. Some people think those responsible for Houdini's murder are tied to IDS, but nothing can be proven. Driftwood Crips are known to be one of the most hostile gangs in the city, having too many enemies to count on one hand, so there could be an endless amount of suspects. In conclusion, Sizzlak had an action-packed journey over its years. He started off as some type of revolutionary for mistreated young Somalian men in Jamestown, and brought needed respect to their nationality and culture. It's unfortunate that Sizzlak went from the defensive, battling Jamaicans for his rightful spot in Jamestown, to the offensive, allegedly committing murders, founding gangs, and making diss records. Sizzlak had a long rap sheet, and what's documented on the internet is probably just dipping a toe in his real history. All the acts he committed over the years finally seemed to catch up to him, and Realest and the Six ended up being the last music from Sizzlak. It's evident that he'll be remembered by not only those in Rexdale, but people in the entire city, whether it be in a positive or negative light. Rest in peace to everyone who passed away in this story, including Sizzlak.
Yeah, RP to him like once again, man. Yo, this nigga Sizzlak, bro. This nigga was a real savage, real killer, real legend in his hood for real, bro. This nigga died a real savage. This nigga died a real killer, a real gangster, man. He died in the gangster fashion, bro. Like all gangsters die, man. One day or another, man. If you a gangster, you gonna get your day, bro. You gonna die out like a gangster, man. He died out like a gangster, bro. But anyway, man, if you like this type of content and you like this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell, man. I'm out.